fantastic YouTube show. I think they're still all available, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, still all available on YouTube. Give them a look. Fun night. It's absolutely fantastic. Basically, it takes like 4 comedians and then makes
And you.
And me. We're going to skip us first time. Tell him to fuck off home. But it takes... I'm plugging your show, mate. It takes 4 comedians and puts them through like daft minigames and stuff, and it's just a right good laugh. So if you're ever bored, don't watch all the other shit on YouTube, watch George's thing instead. It's equally shit, but you might like it. So, sorry I didn't get any names. It was Sophie and Richard. Sophie and Richard. Right, if we can start some clapping over here, Sophie and Richard, please. And Ben and Elliot, if you could join in. Let's spread this noise, let's go, George, and clapping. And welcome to the stage, George Coppen.
Absolute novice.
I would say give it up for Greg, but I wouldn't mean it. Anyway, hello! Hey! Come on, Dobby, I know it's Tuesday. Do a tiny bit better than that. Hello! Hey! That's better! Hello, my name is George Coppen. I'm an actor. Woo! I'm a comedian. Woo! Why did actor get bigger cheer? Fair enough. But I'm also a professional dwarf. Yeah. I recently became professional after filling out the PDF. Does anybody know what PDF stands for?
Professional dwarf form.
Yeah, thank you, Ishi. You see, she's one to one. Yeah, so it stands for professional dwarf forms. But I know what you're thinking, and it's the same thing everybody thinks when they look at me. God, that guy from Game of Thrones had a nasty accent, hasn't he? Just to be clear, I'm not Peter Dinklage, okay? This is Peter Dinklage. I've not got me on a t-shirt. My ego isn't that big. Yet. But I am a real big fan of Peter Dinklage. I really do look up to him. To be fair, I look up to about 95% of people, but that's not the point. But I want to tell you a bit about myself, Darby, and I really want to get this off my chest. I am a recovering addict. Yeah, that's true. I used to be addicted to height. Yep, every day I used to go out, see my dealer and get inches. At my worst, I was about 6'5". But now, thankfully, after being to rehab, I am now a healthy 3'10". Thank you.
You don't get high.
No, I don't get high. Thank you. I bet when you woke up this morning, you never thought you'd be clapping for a dwarf because he's short. But everybody says, how did you get help? Where did you go? What rehab did you go to? Well, the rehab I went to was trouble with abnormal tallness, or twat for short. And the moment I knew I needed to get there was when there's this game that I love to play, you might have figured it out already, and I'm the champion of it, which is called Limbo. I bloody love that game. I challenge every single one of you fuckers to a game tonight. But no, one day I was playing it and a 6-year-old strolls up and beats me. I'm like, you bastard. So I punched him. But no, something else that I struggle with a lot is pins and needles. And if you don't know what pins and needles are, then get out. Basically what it is I'll be sitting down like you lot are, and my legs will just go dead, and I can't move. Now that is really painful, but even worse is trying to wake them up. Because, not kidding you, I've got to do this. Ow! Yeah, hard and fast in public. Now when I'm out in public, sitting on a bench and it happens, try to wake them up, what I like to do is say to someone in the public and just make eye contact with them while doing it. They get proper uncomfortable. I remember I did that once, the guy next to me started doing it as well. Like, I suddenly started a flash mob. But once when I was on the bus, I was going home and it was almost my stop, I thought, oh, I need to go up and put my legs to dead. I know, so I'm whacking them. This old lady comes up to me and goes, are you okay? I go, yes, good, so I'm just trying to get off. what's more creepy is she said, "Do you want a hand?" Now that might be awkward trying to get rid of it in public. It was even more awkward when I got it at school. Because I had to stay with it, I had to clap it hard and fast. But with a table there. Yeah. And it didn't help the science teacher was about 80 odd, and I'm there whacking my leg while looking at him. But being a dwarf, I meet a lot of, let's say, unusual people in my life. Most of them are comedians. But a lot of people I meet have questions, and people with the best questions are kids. Because kids always ask me, why am I short? I like to give them one of 4 answers. Answer 1. I didn't eat my greens as a kid. That one really helps the parents out. Also, just a side note, the Jolly Green Giant's a prick. Number 2, which especially today, I melted in the sun. Yeah, seriously, I've lost like a foot today already. Answer 3 that I give them is that my mum accidentally put me in the wash as a kid. Just a side note, if you are thinking of putting a dwarf in the wash, don't put them in with colours. Washing! Washing! Anyway, I'll repeat it in English. Yes. But the answer I love to give them is that I didn't send that text off to my 6 of my closest friends within 2 hours of receiving it 5 years ago. Yeah, people my age are getting that. Yeah. But a lot of other people that had weird questions were teachers. I remember when I was at school, the careers advisor would say to me, "Sir George, what do you want to be when you grow up?" But school was a bit difficult for me, and I remember one of the most difficult days, one of the most fun days and difficult, was, I don't know if you remember those days where you went off timetable for the whole day and just did random shit. No, good. But it was one of those days and these people were coming in about their careers, about what to do. And this guy from the army came in. Yeah. And anyway, we were all lined up and he said, "Right, I want you all to run from there to there and back. Whoever's last has to do 10 push-ups." So I look down there. Look down there. Yeah, only dwarf. And this is after I'd recovered from height. Yeah. So I put my hand up and went, "Excuse me, do you mind if I just do the 10 push-ups now? I bet 100 quid I will lose." Kid you not, he looked at me and went, "No! You need to believe in yourself." Now I thought I believed in myself, no, but clearly not as much as this guy did. So I thought, okay then, I'll do it, go on then. No surprise, I came last. Heck, even the fat kid tripped, bounced and beat me. But his optimism obviously inspires some of the kids, because a few months later was sports day. Now, sports day was one of my favourite days at school. Not for the reasons you're thinking, God, I hate sport, look at me. But it's because all day I'd just sit on the field with my mates from different years, just hang out, peaceful life. Apart from this one year, where a few weeks before we were doing who's doing what sport and all that jazz, and as we were leaving, the teacher went, "Right, whoever's not put their name down is automatically on the reserve list." Being me, I thought, I'm okay here. So anyway, we get to the day, get to lunchtime, not heard a thing, clear. Suddenly I start hearing whispers, "George, you've been picked. George, you're doing sport this afternoon. George, you've been picked." Then the head of year comes up to me and says, "George, you've been randomly selected to do a sport this afternoon." I said, "Oh, what sport is it?" "I kid you not, fully true story, the long jump." Yeah, the long jump. Now, Darby, I am a lazy person. They will tell you that. But not even I am that lazy. If I pulled out a dwarf's name out of a hat for the long jump, I'd go, "Well, you never know." What made it worse was the other students' reaction. One of them came up to him and went, "Don't let us down, George." Well, I'm so sorry, you're in for a world of disappointment in about 20 minutes. One of the other guys came up to me and went, "Give it your best shot, George, you never know." Unless the others being taken out with a rifle, I bloody do know. Anyway, turn up. 3 of the tallest lads in the year were there. They're looking at me. And I'm looking at them. And they're looking at me. I do love that joke, because the only time in my life I pretend I'm looking down on someone. Anyway, did it. Obviously, came last. But really added insult to injury was that I was in a wheelchair at the time. Yeah, I know. Oh. Really unfair, isn't it? Did you not? But that's very good. Neither did I. But yeah, so I was in a wheelchair for part of my school life, so I do suffer a lot with my back and my legs. And there was one lunchtime when this TA came up to me and said, George, you need to start walking about, get your legs moving about. And okay. So I'll go out of the chair, expecting her to go, just walk from there to there and then give you the chair back. No. She said, right, bye. And took the wheelchair. I'm like, you bastard. I'm coming for you. Eventually. I thought, how the hell am I going to get to my next lesson? So obviously I had to walk, because all my mates went, bye. Bastards. Yeah, and by the time I got to my lesson, I was a maths problem, because they had on the wall, if George left the park at 12:02 PM and was hobbling, how far would it take him? But of course, by the time I got to my lesson, it was history. But another part of school life that was an absolute nightmare for me. I don't know if anybody my age remembers a website called My Maths.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Usually everyone goes to me going, thank you. Now, you remember that the password was 3 random letters, yeah? And I'm going to put 100 quid. You don't remember your password? No. I do. Yeah. So as I said, this was 3 random letters picked by an algorithm. First letter, E. Second letter, L. You may start to get what the word is. Third letter, F. I was bullied by an algorithm. The teacher goes, do you want another one? I'm like, yeah. So he goes, oh, I've got you another one. I go, oh, what is it? B-I-G. Oh, come on! But during school, when I was younger, I had a lot of mates that were in the older years, like year 10, year 11. And you remember in year 11, you had that big black blazer that was absolutely massive. Of course, I nicked it during the lunchtime, didn't I? So I went and went, can I try a blazer on? Yeah, thinking nothing of it, thinking, oh, it'll be funny, dwarf in a blazer. I fucking picked it when I got that blazer. I was like, that dwarf. Back dwarf. Thank you. But one day I was running with this hoodie, with this jacket. I'm doing it for some reason, I don't know why. I thought it'd be a good idea to go onto the field. It wasn't. I was running down a hill, tripped, and got his jacket really muddy. I would have loved to be on a fly on the wall when he took that to his next lesson and go, I'm so sorry, my jacket's muddy, miss. I gave it to a dwarf. You're 6'5". Yeah, he nicked it off me. But after school, when I got into work, and I said I'm an actor, so I do panto.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Thank you, there it is. Yeah, but my first panto I did was in Middlesbrough. Is anybody here from Middlesbrough? Fair enough. And if you ever go to Middlesbrough Theatre, it's quite an old theatre, so no lifts. And some wise guy, I really don't know who had this idea, had the idea of putting all the dwarves on the top floor. As that, no lift. Dancers, ground floor. So dancers, really flexible, fast, ground floor. Dwarves, slow as shit, really not able to do anything, top floor. Nice twat. But one panto break, me and a few of the guys went to Subway, and I know saying 4 dwarfs walked in Subway does sound like the start of a really bad joke, but go with me. So anyway, we walk in, we get talking to the people, we said, is the panto in? We went, oh yes it is. So anyway, and they said, oh, what panto are you doing? Now, one dwarf, you ask not to be rude. 2 or more is kind of bloody obvious, isn't it? So we said, okay then, you can have some guesses. So we gave her 3 guesses, did not get in any of those 3 guesses. It was, of course, no, Smurfs the Musical. What's really weird is that Blue's face paint did not give it away. Ladies and gentlemen, you were in for a fantastic night. Thank you so much. Good night!